Good evening to one and all. It's my honor to welcome you all to the second edition Top 10 Women Tech Leaders India Awards 2022 of REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, REVA University, in association with Terralogic. I, Kenjal, on behalf of REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, wishes you all a very happy Women's Day. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. P. Gnanapriya, Vice Chancellor, Dr. M. Dhananjaya, Registrar, Dr. N. Ramesh, Top 10 awardees, dignitaries, eminent guests who have gathered here for felicitating the top 10 women leaders in tech space. United Nations announced the theme for this International Women's Day as Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. This theme is devised by the UN to recognize the contribution of women and girls around the world to fight against climate change and in building a more sustainable future for all. Yes, women contribution for society is inevitable. REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, REVA University, in association with Terralogic, initiated this award not only to felicitate women who have a proven background in tech world, but also to inspire younger women in tech domain to take up leadership roles. This International Women's Day, we take pride in acknowledging the value and the importance women have in our lives and all around the world. Once again, a very happy Women's Day to you all. Over to Dr. Sheenu Abi, Director, REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, REVA University, to take you all through this most awaited event.
Thank you so much, Kinjal. So glad to welcome each of you and our winners to this glorious evening and to this momentous event. At the outset, on behalf of REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence and REVA University, along with Terralogic team, wishing each of you a happy Women's Day. Today we acknowledge and celebrate the efforts, sacrifices, triumphs of women across the world in building this beautiful world together. Though we have mandates on how nations, states, organizations, societies, and families are encouraging equal opportunities for women in all forums, we are still far away from achieving these lofty goals of equality leading to sustainability. Through this event, our endeavor is to build an empowering platform and network of women leaders who set new trails leading innovation and entrepreneurship within their own organizations. What you will witness in today's event is how a set of 10 amazing women have led technology innovations and made indelible contribution in their community. They have been equally successful in contributing to various social causes like education, disease control, gender diversity, even some of the large governmental programs for public good and more. Each of them is going to bring you a story of amazing grit, courage, resilience, passion, and a never give up attitude. But that's all our story as well, right? I'm sure each of us will be able to resonate with them at some point today during this event. Let us listen to them, ask questions, seek advice, and reflect and get inspired. While we unravel the names of these 10 women leaders and listen to them, we urge each of you who are listening and participating in this event, imagining your face on these awards in the future. Before we begin the format and the event, let me introduce who we are. We are REVA University, a young 10-year-old vibrant university located at a beautiful campus at Bangalore, led by a dynamic leader, Dr. P. Gnanapriya, with a team of 2,000 plus faculty, 15,000 plus students pursuing 80 plus programs ranging from pre-university till doctoral programs in engineering, management, law, architecture, and corporate programs. In this short span of time, we have been awarded many accolades. To name a few, we have been awarded Excellent Band in area in technical education. We have been awarded the 3rd Clean and Smart Campuses across India by AICTE. We are ranked first in the top outstanding engineering institutions for excellence category by GHRDC. We have been awarded the promising upcoming private university in the country by Economic Times. We are a QS gold rated university. We are ranked as one of the best private universities by India Today and more. This award is brought to you by REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, a division of REVA University. I would take a minute to introduce who we are. Our vision is to create enterprise leaders for corporates. We specialize in some of these emerging technologies: cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, analytics, data science, cloud architecture, and more. We offer a series of programs ranging from Master of Science, Master of Technology, Master of Business Administration, and PG Diploma program. And all our programs are AICT, UGC, or regulated approved programs for working professionals. We also provide customized short-term training programs for organizations and groups. Our portfolio include long-term, short-term programs. We also do cutting-edge research in AI. We are also into consulting, where we train to and also develop product and deploy for organizations. Let me take a minute to run through the agenda. After the introduction and the welcome address, we would get on to a power-packed panel discussion on women in technology in leadership, way forward by the panelists. We would have a short presidential address by our Chancellor as well as Vice Chancellor. We would begin the conferring of the awards by 6:50 onwards. So let me take a moment to introduce. So Sandeep Vijayaraghavan would request you to please address this event. He is a Executive Vice President at Terralogic Inc., also the jury selection panelist, and has been a great supporter for our initiatives on setting up this Women Awards. This is our edition 2, and he has been constantly supporting, not just he, the whole Terralogic team has been with us while designing and implementing these awards. And it took a while because there is a process associated. So I would request Sandeep Vijayaraghavan to talk about Terralogic vision on instituting these awards and also represent the eminent jury and talk about the selection process. Over to you, Sandeep.
Thank you, Dr. Shinu. Good evening, all of you. And to the women tech leaders and all the women community out here, I would like to wish you a happy Women's Day. We actually do not need a day to celebrate Women's Day. Every day can be a day to celebrate, right? So we've been associated during our professional journey as well as starting from our schools, at home, right? Nothing happens without the support of women, right? You've been hearing Terralogic Association with REVA. I'll give you a brief about how Terralogic Inc. as an organization has been associated with REVA and how far has the journey been till today. So as an organization, Terralogic, we are about a 12-year-old organization and close to 1,200 plus employees as we speak today. We got about global presences in 4 locations, right? And domains are about 6 domains, which I will talk subsequently. The headquarters is based out of San Jose, and the delivery center, one of the locations, Bangalore, from where I operate out of. If you look at the history of Terralogic, the organization has grown both organically and inorganically. We've had some acquisitions during the last few years, and some of the prominent ones which I would like to mention has been Lollipop, which is the design studio, and we've also got Preeti on this call. She's been the director with Lollipop and today associated with Terralogic, heading the marketing division. If I were to talk about the domains, I'll be taking a couple of minutes just to explain the domains in which we operate. So cybersecurity is one of the prominent domains, and I head the cybersecurity operations for Terralogic globally. So some of the key areas that we operate, and we do have one of a niche cyber operating centers, which is the SOC operating center in Bangalore. You would see a miniature of that at the REVA University, where we have set up the SOC operations. And this cyber security operations center at REVA is completely open to all the participants on the program. And the kind of programs that we offer alongside REVA and RAISE is cybersecurity, cloud security, and the others are in the areas of AI and ML analytics. So these are some of the programs that we offer. It's been about roughly 4 years that we have associated with REVA and RAISE, and the journey so far has been wonderful. We've had close to 7 batches, and the 8th batch is getting launched in the current month of March. And each time we see a good participation, and most of them that come to the program are from varied domains in the IT applications. Some of them also are part of the cybersecurity domains. Right? Talking of the other domains that we operate, Terralogic has its own data centers, 3 locations, 2 in the US, 1 here in Bangalore. We offer consulting services, managed IT services. Some of the offerings in the managed IT services is remote management of NOC services, help desk, and so on. I briefly spoke about the design services, which is offered through Lollipop Design Studios, one of the prominent organization today working under the associated with Terralogic Inc. as an organization. Right from the early days, Terralogic has been strong in the areas of software development, where we got a good number of marquee customers, and these customers have been with us for a very, very long time. So these are some of the areas that we operate on. I would just like to break the tradition this time. First and foremost, let me congratulate Dr. Shinu, right? I would call her a women entrepreneur. She has been at the helm of all the operations at RAISE, and without her constant, I would say, non-stop efforts, right, we would not have been able to achieve what we have achieved as of today. So obviously we've not had the opportunity to give her an award, but a special mention to Dr. Shinu for all her efforts. And if I were to tell, she's available most of the time. Call her morning 8 o'clock to late evenings, about 12, 1, she's all available, right? And even if I were to give you a brief of what we've been doing for this ceremony today, it is all her efforts, right? So Shinu, a big thank you. I've probably not been able to do that over the years, but let me take this opportunity to thank you for all your efforts, by virtue of which what we're seeing over the years. Yeah, and RAISE is what today is all about, usually, right? A bit on the process of judging the awards, right? We've had an esteemed panelist, right? And the panel jury member has been Dr. Gnanapriya. He's of course the Vice Chancellor of the university. We've got Shailaja, we've got Deepa. Rama Kini, again, she's the Executive Vice President at Terralogic, and of course, Dr. Shinu and myself. Though the process, I would call it, it was a complex process, right? What we had to look in is, of course, the years of experience that the women leaders have spent, and also the areas where the women leader has associated, I would say, for social causes, mentorship, and also growth of the organization. These are some of the areas that we looked in. We've got a lot of applications coming through this year. It wasn't that easy to pick, because I mean, all of the applications that we were looking at, we understand that the background has been very, very strong. And I believe if there have been any misses, it could be probably very small margins, right? And I'm sure in the coming years, we will have most of those women leaders out here, receiving the award. Just to add, at the end of that session, I would say unanimously the jury decided to award the 10 women tech leaders, and I would like to congratulate all of them for the kind of efforts and also the mentorship, social causes that you've all been associated. And I would like to thank you all for all your efforts. That's it from my side. Thank you, Dr. Shinu.
So thank you, Sandeep. I think that was little unexpected extension, exaggeration. I would say that our whole team has put together the efforts in building this race as well as this event, plus unconditional support from the management as well as the entire REVA team is what you see is what we are today. Thank you, but anyway, for the kind words. Can we move to the next segment, which is actually the main part of this event? Yes. So let me request all the panelists of this wonderful topic, Women in Technology Leadership Way Forward, to come on video mode. And let me introduce each of you and the amazing work that you have been doing. So starting from Shailaja Vadlamudi, she is the moderator of this session. Shailaja, can we have you on the video mode? Shailaja is application security lead for SAP Labs India and director for security data privacy. She is an established security and data privacy professional with 18 plus years of experience in the industry. She has founded Women in Cybersecurity and Privacy. She is a speaker to several nationwide and global forums of security and privacy. She educates the audience on the importance of security and privacy in this technological epoch. And these forums comprise academia, corporate, startups, enterprises, and law enforcement organizations. An amazing, passionate women leader. A true salute to Shailaja, and we request you to take over this panel while I introduce other panelists as well. May I have Pankajam on the call?
Yes, I'm there, Dr.
Okay,
Shinu.
great. Thank you. I have little difficulty in the visibility part of it. So
Yes.
Pankajam Sridevi, a power-packed women leader, in fact, a role model for all the women here. She is the Managing Director, Commonwealth Bank of India, Australia. She has diverse experience in manufacturing, technology, and operations. She has been an industry veteran and evangelist for automation and machine learning in banking and has led several programs from a decade ago. She has also worked extensively on the cause of women and has been on the advisory board of various organizations. And we are so privileged to have you, not just on the award winning, but also the great work that you have been doing for women, as well as all the organizations that you have been working with. May I have Aparna Gupta online on the video?
Hello, can you see me and hear me fine?
Thank you, Aparna. Aparna brings, again, 2 decades of experience. She is the executive director at Microsoft and in charge of customer success. She and her teams helps customers to reach their desired outcomes across end-to-end cloud journey and realizes the business value from their investments in Microsoft Cloud Platform. She has been engaged with various non-profit organizations and have participated and moderated several startup panels, fireside chats, and roundtables. And welcome, Aparna. You have been a formidable force, and so glad to have you on this panel.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Rajalakshmi Srinivasan, one of the youngest winner of this award, Director Product Management, Zoho Corporation. She is currently leading the application performance monitoring sections of the site 24/7, a cloud-based all-in-one monitoring product for Zoho Corporation. She is an avid speaker, a great expert on technology, women empowerment, youth motivation, parenting, and career. She has delivered more than 100 plus talks in 12 countries in these years. So welcome to Rajalakshmi.
Thank you, Dr. Shinu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Mansi also would be joining in some time. That she is the global head cybersecurity, Apollo Tyres. Very few women who are in the manufacturing sector, that too leading cybersecurity. She is a strategic planner and a thinker with 21 years of experience in all verticals of IT, information security, program management, or operational security, business processes, business excellence, analytics. And this is the panel that we have, an eclectic panel will be moderated by Shailaja, and we request you, Shailaja, please to take over and enlighten us with your amazing journey as well as great insights from each of the panelists. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shinu. I think I am audible too.
Yes.
Yeah, so happy Women's Day, and also my hearty congratulations to all the women who made it to this top 10 women technology leaders in India. And I am also glad to be back here again as the award winner from the last year. And without much delay, I would like to, wish each and everyone here a happy Women's Day, and all the men for being the great support system for all of us to whatever we are here today. I think all of us agree and accept to that fact. And quickly getting into today's panel discussion, Women in Technology Leadership Way Forward. Thank you, Dr. Shinu, for all the wonderful introductions. And we just want to do it a little different since the introduction is already done by Dr. Shinu. I just want to ask all of our panelists a quick 1 minute of how they want to really, mention about them or define them. What is it all about? Leadership means to them. And then I just quickly start with Pankajam, and then I'll go to the others on this.
So what does leadership mean to me? I must say that being humble when I'm successful and courageous when I fail. That's what leadership means to me.
Wow.
In a line, Shailaja.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Aparna, to you now. Yeah.
Leadership first starts for me with a sense of purpose to make a difference. And what leadership enables in that endeavor is to create a multiplication factor, what no single person can do. So leading with collaboration and just creating a multiplier effect is what leadership means to me.
Thank you, Aparna, for those wonderful words. And Rajalakshmi, to you now. Yeah.
To me, leadership is taking responsibility, accepting the challenges, and taking ownership, particularly when things go wrong. Take ownership, see how you can correct them.
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful kickstart. As we all heard, it has to be courageous when you really fail, and then humbling when you're really making your steps ahead, and also collaborating and taking the ownership of failures and being the front runner for the teams. Wow, it is so good to see, and no wonder, we see the best of all the technical leaders today on with all of us today. And I know as women, when we all move forward, for sure, there are going to be challenges irrespective of men and women down the lane in our career. But for sure, some of them are able to make the mark in their career journeys, and women will have definitely some stories when it comes to it, because God also designed us to be like, the mothers and many other factors and so on and so forth. This question I just quickly want to put to Rajalakshmi, she being the mother of 3 children, how is it for her to traverse her journey of leadership in spite of being a mother for 3 kids?
Thank you, Shailaja. So, balancing 3 children at home and work, I should say it's easier when you have more than 1 children. They have other children to talk along, fight, and you play. They don't require you much to the extent they have some companionship. So in that sense, I would say it's only a plus point for me, because they have great companionship, that they don't miss me much. No, that doesn't mean I don't do it for them. But the point here is, people often ask, 3 children, how do you balance? How do you manage? 2 or 3 doesn't matter. More than 1 child, you are only going to play a referee role, trying to balance between the fights that the innumerable number of combinations of fight that's going to be there. Okay. Having said that, the challenge here would be how much you are career oriented. The individual plays a major role. So balancing your work and your career, what are your priorities? What do you want to give prioritization for? Because Generally, people tend to say women are multi-talented, multitasking, capable of doing everything from morning till night. You take care of home, you do your work at office, and then come back, take care of children. Yeah, we are multi-talented, we are multitasking, but I would say don't do it beyond a point. So I make sure personally I prioritize both at work as well as at home. Make sure you keep your priorities and learn the art of delegation so that you can decide what is your requirement. So at work, you have to
Yeah.
focus on the technical front and attend to technical calls or whatever be it. Have your timelines defined properly. That's when you will be able to see that you are able to balance. So when you ask about
Yeah.
if it is to choose between multitasking and delegation, I would say don't do multitasking, delegate and prioritize. That will help you in making a balance.
Thank you. Thank you for those words. I heard Mansi is also here. Can we also have Mansi on the screen with us?
Hi, Shalja. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but at least I can't see you on the screen, Mansi.
Yeah, I don't know. My video is on. I don't know why.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, meanwhile, as Mansi is going to fix her video, I just want to come to, Aparna, because when I see her career journey, it's quite diverse in its nature, She started in a different domain and then now she's currently working as the executive director for Microsoft. And how is it, starting a career from a non-technical background, if I remember it right, Aparna, and traversing and also kind of driving things from the customer front at Microsoft today? We just want to like to know about your journey a bit.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, I did start from one of the IITs, but yeah, in a biotechnology specialized field, and I got into a very different career. Software happened to me by chance when I took a career break. Again, kind of was unusual at that point in time, but maybe that is really the spin I would like to take from a challenge or opportunity perspective. That career, end of the day, is a marathon. So whatever life choices you make, and everybody is bound to have a different trajectory, but there is no right answer, right? So you just need to do what feels right to you at that moment and treat it like a marathon. Take the risks or the opportunities, raise your hand, get out of your comfort zone, and things just fall in place. I never had necessarily a career plan that in 3 years I want to be this, or 5 years I want to be this. But yes, I always reflected to myself to say, am I doing either the same job differently, smartly, year over year, or am I doing a different job? So that was almost my reflection point that kind of just helped me move and do different things, move laterally, really learn along the way, and here I am.
Yeah, thank you, Aparna. And coming to Pankajam, because she's also been a source of inspiration for me. I heard her many times, and she's standing out there as one of the women leaders. We are so happy to have you today with us. And when we look at your career, right, as I rightly mentioned, you're a role model for me and also many other girls. When you started your career, how things were, for sure, things have changed a lot more. And also with the pandemic, the flexibility stuff is a lot more coming into the picture now. How was it, to start your journey as a technology expert and then today becoming the master, the managing director for the banking sector, yeah, in the financial domain?
Yeah, so it was full of opportunities, I must tell you. I don't know what is
Being
a
so
challenge.
optimistic, yeah.
So personally, I really don't know what is a challenge. I always think that there are a lot of opportunities around. And when I was a design engineer and also a product engineer, etc., there were very less women. But I thought that's an advantage because if you make something good, you're noticed. If you do something bad, also you're noticed. But anyway, you're noticed. So I think, I grew like that. But I must tell you, I want to tell all the women who are listening to me that I changed my job and within 1 or 2 months, I became redundant. So those days, in early 2000s, no, I didn't know what it means by redundancy. It was the first time that I heard such a thing. And I suddenly realized redundancy means in 3 years, 3 months time, I don't get my salary. But, and we had just bought a new house. So I was really, really worried that we will get into a crisis. But what I want to tell you is I kept all my options opened and I was very much ready to learn anything. And that forced me to think of jobs that were of not big interest to me. But I learned over a period of time that there is no job that cannot be of interest. When you start doing it, you make it interesting. And that's how I have grown in my career. I'm always a technologist at heart, so I cannot give up technology. And I've been, recently I've been looking at how to write Python, code in Python. So I've got a book called Python for Dummies because I know that's exactly where I am after a long period of not coding. But I think I'm technologist at heart. But however, when the role of managing director came up in the earlier organization that I worked, I put my hand up. When I put my hand up, I really did not think that I stand any chance to get it because there was no Indian MD that was ever there. It was always people from Australia. But my perspective was that I have nothing to lose. I have a job. I continue in the job. If I'm selected as MD, it's a great opportunity. And I did exceedingly well. So I prepared as if I'm writing some IIT exam. And, so well I prepared that any question I had a story. So I had written some 7 stories that I'm going to tell irrespective of the question that comes. This is my secret to jobs. So, it's about you impressing the people. So you have to tell your story, whatever is the question. So I became the first managing director local from India. And I was also very happy, not only for me, but also for all other women who aspire to get to senior roles. So I continued that until Commonwealth Bank of Australia came and tapped on my shoulders. And I thought it's a great opportunity to showcase the technology skill and the operational skill that is available in India once more. And I must start with a very interesting story that happened when I was meeting a minister of education in Australia. I was there as in a round table with him and the High Commissioner in Australia. And they introduced me saying that she was managing director of one bank, ANZ, and now she's managing director of Commonwealth Bank of Australia. And the minister was very quizzical because I was wearing a sari. And he's like, how did she get the job? I could see that on his face. And he asked me, so how come 2 big banks selected you to lead them? And I said, because I'm the best. There is no doubt about that in my mind. And he was rattled with my answer. What I want to tell all the women is that we should not shy away from saying that we are the best when we know we are the best. And that has been my ambition, to get all other women to be themselves. We are not less in any way. And many a times we think that being humble and being confident cannot go together. Being humble and confidence can go together. We need not be arrogance if we say that we are good. So that has been my journey, Shailaja, and thank you for saying that you like me. I really enjoyed that. But, the point is that all the women are extremely diligent and good. And I don't think we have any superpowers to be the super mom and the super wife and the super sister and the super neighbor. We don't have any power. Any additional power. We are the same when we are born, a female and a male, but we do not have self-compassion most of the time. And we really spend time for everybody else except us. And that's the way that we become super moms. But I liked what Rajalakshmi said, to delegate. I think that's great, Rajalakshmi. I hope you're delegating to men. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was again so inspiring to hear your story, and I really like the idea of coming up with your stories and then sharing all the stories. It's all about us in the end, and it's up to them whether they're going to pick you or not, and you made it there. And coming to Mansi, still we couldn't see you, but Mansi is happy to have you at least on the audio mode. And we also would like to hear your journey as well, because you are working in, you traversed quite a lot in the IT domain and also in the manufacturing domain and so on and so forth. For sure, the journeys must be quite eventful and you have your own set of opportunities, as Pankajam rightly said. So we would also like to know your side of the story about the opportunities that you had and how you were able to grab them. And any secret sauce or secrets that you would also like to share with us.
Sure, Shalja. And first of all, I'm so happy and honored to share the stage with such amazing females. Congratulations to all of you. And yes, my journey has been amazing. That is what I would like to say. There were a set of challenges which were there and which I think everybody faces during middle management when you are getting married or you have a baby, but your career is also important. As rightly, most of you touched on that. So yes, that was again challenging for me. But as a journey, I think there are three things which really helped me in this journey. One was that ask for support. That is something which we females never do. We think that maybe we need to do we want to be the best of everything. So I would suggest that that was something which really helped me. Ask for support from your colleagues, from your family, and you'll be amazed to see the amount of support you'll get. Second, I think what I did was that always have that learning curve, that always keep learning, adding new skills to your this thing to your knowledge. That was something which really helped me. And third was, of course, taking risk. So that is something in IT which you really need to. And in my journey, I worked from being a technical writer to being a release manager to being a PMO, and then working in MD's office, then heading IT, and then now into security field. So that journey has been amazing for me. But yes, as I think Aparna or Rajalakshmi said, that we all are amazing, and that is something we all should remember, that females are awesome. And if we have that feeling, if we love ourselves first and then take care of others, I think that is something which will really help us to enhance in our career lives and in our personal lives. That has been my journey, Shelja. But yes, I would say there were a lot of ups and downs, but not only females, but yes, males also helped me in that journey, from being my good bosses to my husband to my father. And thanks to all of them. And I think it is a collaboration that any female who reaches the top, I think that it is a healthy mix of, family support, organization support, and their own support. If you have it in you, you will reach places, that is for sure.
Thank you, Mansi. And I'm really, so glad to know that you were a technical writer and the way how you made it to the current role, what you're today, is quite inspiring in itself. And I'm going to show you to most of my friends who are the technical writers, and they keep thinking like, we got stuck and what's the next career path and so on and so forth. It's so amazing to hear all your stories and getting recharged, with all the positive vibes in this round. And I definitely know, wow, good to see you, Mansi. Yeah. And for sure, there are so many youngsters who are also watching this because they also want to really tap into what is this, we are offering back to them. And I would like to start with Aparna, like, for the current generation that who are going to be aspiring to become the technologists and all that. And since, you said it was by choice or by chance you just got into the technology space and all of that. So do you have any two pieces of wisdom or suggestion that you would like to give it to the younger generation?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, first up, really energized by listening to everybody's stories here, and I hope the audience also resonates and feels the same. To answer your question, so maybe I'll touch upon a couple of things. I think the first one, which did come out a few times already, is learning. You just need to learn and learn. I think the industry that we are in, we are literally disrupting ourselves like every few years, if not 5, 10. It's actually every 2 years, and in a way, that's also something that we just need to embrace it as a as a reality. And so, the more you can stay relevant and learn, you're going to be more ready, just for the industry and to be able to do those lateral moves and other things that I spoke about. The second aspect that I see is that maybe unlike the West, we actually don't have, we are doing pretty well on the women who get into engineering colleges and other, STEM areas. I mean, whether it's Bangalore or like there are so many areas where including universities like yourself. I was listening to the earlier part of the conversation. I mean, very inspiring that industry is coming together with educational institutes to drive all these initiatives. I know of like all women engineering colleges in Pune, in Bangalore, and so on, right? So there's a lot happening right from school level to get more women into STEM fields. But we run into a leaky pipeline, and I think that's where the middle management or in mid-career, we run into a situation where for whatever reasons, balancing family responsibilities, or not knowing where their careers are going, various combination of factors that women drop out. And I feel that is really the point, that we need to make sure that we hold on we create that kind of, whether it's a career path for these women, role models that we can create, or simply just allyship, male or female, like just letting them know, that it's okay, it's not the end of the world, just stay on. And I see sometimes that thing of, okay, my story is different, and I'm dealing with this thing about my children. And I think Rajalakshmi called out about bringing up 3 children. I mean, there are tons of stories of a lot of these, and I think of myself also as an ordinary woman who was navigating through all those family situations, right? But when and if a person needs to look out, are we sharing those stories enough with each other that gives us inspiration to just stay, like just hold on and stay? I think that is really something that I would urge every single woman, and no matter what, early career, mid career, to just hold on, right? And I'll give you an example, and this is actually from a very good friend of mine from college, who's right now in the United States, and always been in a tech field. And she told me that at one point she had to make a decision to either go and work where pretty much her entire salary would go in managing with a nanny and a cook and whatever she needed, and to take care of her children. And most people don't take that decision. They say, how can I pay like 80% of my salary, for supporting my family? Now that one decision was a turning point for her, where she stayed on, and today she's one of the senior leaders in the industry, in the Silicon Valley. So I think there are tons of such stories of people who stayed, and I just feel like we have to tell them more and more, so that we can have that positive impact. Last but not the least, quickly, programs like Springboard at Microsoft, and I know many other organizations are doing that. Springboard is mostly about back to work women, and how they can come and do a 6-month or a few month internship program, and then get placed based on their skill set or what they acquire during that tenure. This is an option that I did not have when I took my break. It wasn't as well known also on how do you navigate. So there are many such resources available. It's more of, are you looking at the right place, and just coming back in case you did have to take a break.
Thank you, Aparna, for those sharing those wonderful experiences of women taking a choice on an everyday basis. It's not necessarily the financial aspects at that moment, but it's about the long-term career aspirations that each and every one of us have, and which made us to be here today. And it was so quite inspiring to hear such stories of women around the world. And I definitely believe these stories have to be heard more often, and quite louder, so that people will also get motivated. And Rajalakshmi, since you're also coming in from the Zoho, right? We know you tap into the potential coming in from the rural areas and all of that. And I personally also believe the future of India is also lying in the rural areas. And do you have any few 2 or 3 words for the students who are coming in from Tier 2 and Tier 3 places, and how can they really traverse into this technology space?
Yes, thank you, Shailaja. So I totally agree with Aparna and other panelists on whatever we have been talking here. And that's a continuation that I would say for people from Tier 2, Tier 3 colleges. They are whoever is trying or aspiring to get into the tech field, or any field for that matter. The hands-on experience, I mean, we cannot call it experience, the hands-on knowledge. So it's not just reading the book and going and vomiting in the examination. So how much do you understand? Ask yourself. Children don't do that. They want to ask somebody else if they have a question. First, ask yourself, how can I, more of self-learning. That is what will help you. It's not that the schools and colleges cannot prepare the children for the future, because we don't know what the future technology is going to be. When you don't know the problem, how can the schools or colleges prepare you with spoon feed you with the solution? So the mindset has to change. It's more of self-learning. Whenever something new comes up, are you able to learn and understand, and how deep are you able to understand? That's what I tell my children, and I do visit a lot of schools and colleges. I keep telling children, first understand whatever you're studying. And when I take interviews also, I tell them, they have 3-page, 4-page resume talking about all the technologies, but when you ask them to explain, they're not able to explain. So I don't want all these paper resumes. If you are good at something, you are passionate about something, start working on it. There are so many mediums that are available today. So these opportunities or these mediums were not available 2 decades ago. Today, the tech field requires different types of field, different type of people. You could be a technical writer, you could be a marketer, you could be a designer. There are different streams, not just development. If you are passionate about something, it's not that at the end of the 4th year, you have to start preparing for campus. If you're good at writing, start writing, have your own personal blog. There are so many free facilities available. Don't just waste your time. People, even the rural people, everybody have mobile phone. Everybody have internet access. But people are spending it only on Instagram and other social mediums, not on improving their skills. So that is something that I would tell people. Go write about your work, publish it, get the feedback from people, improve on it. It's not easy to write a 4-line story. It's not easy to write even a single line. There has to be a lot of thought into it. If you say you are passionate, don't give me a resume that says I'm passionate in writing. Give me the website address where you have written about it. That can go well for any domain that you take. If you want to be, if you are good at designing, you should have a dribble account. So these are some things that I keep telling students that I meet during colleges. That is something that is required from the rural India too. They should, the facilities are there, the awareness is not there. So once we people start giving them that awareness, students will definitely be able to pick it up and come forward.
Yeah, thank you for that. And coming to Pankajam, like, you know, when I see your journey, right, you've been doing this, all the high-tech advanced stuff is what you've been driving, like starting from RPA into banking, and also working on work-life balance, and also in the fin sector, right? Talking about flexibility of work and remote working is what you tried much early days, much before everyone else tried. And do you see we could still do something to keep the momentum going on, to have more and more students, not just only the gender specific, to get into this technology space? Because India being the youngest populated country in the world, for sure we have to really support the world to run better and to do better. So you have any further thoughts moving forward? What is that we could still do better at our workplaces?
So I think definitely women are very much interested to come into the technology space. There's no doubt about it. But women are not courageous at any level, not courageous to take jobs that are ambiguous. And the reason for that is, as women, we look at a job description and say what we cannot do. So 75% of what is there in the job description is what we know. But the 25% we don't know, we give a lot of importance to that. So what I want to tell you, all the women, is courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is actually fear walking. What I mean by that is, let's take Serena Williams. She has won many, many Grand Slams. But when she goes to a new session, when she goes to the court, definitely she has fear. All of us have fear when we are going and doing something. So I really want to tell women to fear walk. And if we fear walk, we can really aspire big. And we must not give up on irrational aspiration. That's when we can be relevant in technology, if we are irrationally aspirational. If we are not irrationally aspirational, then there is no challenge. And we must accept challenge after challenge after challenge so that we get the muscle of courage in us. And if we have the muscle of courage, then sky is the limit. So all engineers have the opportunity to do a lot of things that was not there 1 decade ago. I absolutely agree with Rajalakshmi. There are two things. One is there's lot of competition and there is lot of opportunity. So women have to embrace it. Women have to go and look at what is the opportunity that is there. And you have a classic example in a winner here, Mansi. She has moved across multiple domains, and that's called as a growth mindset. So if we fear walk, if we deny the fact that there is no chance for us not to have fear, if we accept that and start looking at what are the opportunities that are available and move around in those areas, then we learn. And as Aparna said, as Rajalakshmi said, learning is core. Without learning, one cannot exist and one cannot be at the top. Irrespective of whether you're a technologist, an entrepreneur, a teacher, I'm sure that we have to continue learning. There is nothing that can be, compensated with learning. That is what I would tell to the young generation. Back to you, Sailaja.
Yeah, thank you. That was so wonderful, and the opportunities are bountiful, I have to say, and they have to tap in with all the channels and with all the platforms that they have around us, unlike when we all started our careers. And Mansi, coming into you, we also have some questions coming into the panel, and they're also asking about, do you think enough is done to help women to get into the tech industry? And also, since you also represent this cyber space, right? We still have only 20 to 25% of women representing in here. And do you think we could really improve on here by doing some magic or whatever, I call it? And fear walking is something we definitely have it on the back of our spine when we are working on cybersecurity and privacy and things like that. Maybe you can relate to that and, share a few things here.
Yeah, so Shelja, I really, vouch what Sridevi said, that learning is the key. But where cybersecurity is concerned, the major thing which I think one is these kind of platforms on which we are talking about, right? So people connect, they come to know that there are different roles, different people who can reach heights, even in cybersecurity. And there are multiple fields, as I think Aparna or Rajalakshmi touched on it, that, we need to understand that these roles are not biased to only, men. Because if you look at cybersecurity is also a very vast field like IT. You can, if you love auditing, you can go become an IT, IT security auditor, or you can be an implementer of ISO 27001. You'll be amazed to see that, even in manufacturing setups now, the OEMs and our customers, they tell us that they need security certifications. Earlier, security was just an afterthought where manufacturing is concerned. So that is a complete different, different Pandora box which is opening for jobs in where in cybersecurity, where manufacturing setups are concerned. Because you know that digitalization has taken multifold, right? It has taken a leap of faith, which should have happened 15 years back. Manufacturing companies are doing it now. So if they're doing it now, there is a scope of IoT security. There is scope of factory digitalization where security is required. So that is something which is a big thing which is coming in. Second is application security, which people think that cyber is only hacking. It's not that. Application security is very big now. Why? Because everything is on SaaS, right? Everything is on cloud. You don't build applications now. So now how am I protecting that? How is my data getting protected? As you rightly said about privacy, right? So that is another field which is open now in where cybersecurity is concerned. Third is, of course, the hardcore SOC analyst or ethical hacking. Now we see that cybersecurity is not a boardroom topic for organization. It is a topic on a countrywide basis, right? We're seeing what's happening across the world. I don't want to name things. That how you can do multi-levels of growth, and one cybersecurity incident can give you down. So I would say that now the intent is there. Organization understand the importance. The only thing is that we as bearing that baton, and that we need to go and talk more about that to girls, to tell them that this is a very vast field, and you can do excel into this, and there's a lot of money also in this. So everybody should take that baton and tell them that IT, especially cybersecurity, is something which I really feel is very good for females, and they can really enhance in this career.
Yeah, Mansi, thank you for that wonderful words. And with this, I also would like to wind up the panel discussion. It was quite an, inspiring and enriching experience for me, and wish you all the good rest of the day. And thank you for having me, REVA University, once again, and wish you all the very best, and have to stay safe, I believe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We truly appreciate the time that you spent and the amazing wisdom and the insights from your journey. I know it is half an hour is not a way to capture all those life journeys that you have walked in, but truly appreciate the kind of short, crisp wisdom that you have shared with us. Now, to the most eagerly awaiting part of the event, which is the part 2, which is on the awards. But to confer the awards, let us invite Dr. P. Shyamraju, Honorable Chancellor, REVA University. Sir, if you could come on the video mode.
Yeah, good evening, Shino, and good evening to everyone.
So before I give the note requesting Chancellor to speak, Dr. P. Shyamraju is the force behind REVA University, and he is also an entrepreneur par excellence, has been running various other organizations as well. But the way that he has driven REVA University to this wonderful campus of knowledge is amazing, and we truly from the entire REVA University as well as the winners, we thank you as well as welcome you to this event, sir, and we request you to talk maybe a few words and inspire all of us and also the women winners today.
Thank you. First and foremost, wish you all International Women's Day. I am also proud that most of women entrepreneurs in university, and also most of them are occupied top posts. With their support, the university is really growing. Hats off to you all. Even in students percentage, we have almost more than 40%. Today also I was speaking about the year on year, somehow that percentage is coming down. That is girls percentage in all the schools are coming down. That is looks like general scenario. In core branches, people are not interested. That is what. But again, I am telling, women can motivate, support, everything, any power they can give. And after hearing this, I was hearing the panel discussions. I was really surprised. Most of them are how confidently they are speaking, and the achievements they did. Really, it is amazing. Anyway, once again, I wish you all the International Women's Day. Shinu, go ahead.
Sir, your words of wisdom is always important as well as inspiring to all of us. May I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. M. Dhananjaya, also to come online on the video mode, and may I request both of you to please stay on the video mode. Prof.
Most respected Chancellor REVA University, Dr. Shinu, and other esteemed women leaders who joined this program on this International Women's Day. Let me take this opportunity to wish you all happy International Women's Day. Today we have celebrated the event in a befitting manner in the university, also by felicitating few of the achievers. REVA has been encouraging the women leaders day in and day out, and we are very happy with the contribution and performance by the faculty of our university and also the directors and other senior leadership team. The results from the women leaders are accurate and they are fully dedicated, and the success rate is very, very high. And with regard to faculty contribution, their way of mentoring is very, very unique, and the children are taken care in the different ways so that the children follows them, and the effective communication is being done by the faculty. If at all, country should foster the contribution. I once again wish you all a happy International Women's Day.
Thank you, Prof. So, over to Aparna here, and may I request now to confer the top 10 Women Tech Award. May I request Honorable Chancellor as well as Vice Chancellor to call in turn the names of the winners, and we request while your name is called out, please come on video mode. There is a small script that which we will run from here, followed by we would pause where you could speak about 4 to 5 minutes on the message that you want to convey to the audience here. So may I request to be announced by
Mr. Mansi Thapar.
Mansi Thapar, Global Head Cybersecurity, Apollo Tyres, is a strategic planner and thinker with 21 years of experience in all verticals of IT, be it SDLC, information security, program management, operations, business processes, business excellence, or analytics. She is also on the advisory board for EC Council's CASE certification program. Her functional skills include stakeholder management, team management, crisis management, program management, and change management. She has bagged several awards and recognitions in the information technology and security space. She is also mentoring a startup venture, www.cyberpotter.com, run by a 14-year-old girl for educating students on cybersecurity. She participates in various forums that work for women's upliftment and works towards bringing more women into the IT and security domain. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leader Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I just wanted to say that thank you, REVA University, Mr. Dhanamja, and thank you, Shivu, for this opportunity. And I'm really happy to share the space with these amazing females. And the only thing which I want to add to the audience here is that, for all the aspiring girls, that always remember that you are awesome, have confidence in yourself, always and always develop the learning curve. Always, maybe take a pledge that every 1 year I'm going to do one certification or learn any new skill that will really help you to advance in your career. Third is always, ask for support. We females sometimes feel that we need to, be superwoman and do everything ourselves. But I think that in the journey to reach the top, we really need that, we take support from our peers, we take support from our colleagues, from our family and our friends. And you'll be amazed to see the kind of support you'll get once you reach there. And fourth is, of course, build your leadership skills. That is very important. Because that will take you a long way. Be ready to take risks in your personal as well as professional life, and that will really take you places. And last but not the least, always have a mentor, and that mentor can be a male or a female. Always have someone to look up to support you in this journey, and I'm sure you will reach much more heights than what we have reached here. But I really thank again REVA University for giving us this honor, because this really encourages us to do more, to do more and to give back to the society. And I really work with a lot of schools so that I can uplift women in tech, especially, and in cybersecurity. So that is what I would like to say here as well, that I think REVA University is doing a fantastic job. where education is concerned, and I hope we all collaborate with them more and get them to new heights. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mansi. May I request Dr. M. Dhananjaya to call out the second?
Executive Director, Microsoft. Congratulations.
Aparna Gupta, Executive Director, Microsoft, has led several functions from engineering and product management to analytics and country operations during her career spanning around 25 years. Aparna has played diverse roles in her career and is now a co-sponsor of the Women Employee Resource Group for Microsoft India. She worked as a customer success leader in Microsoft, helping the customers to realize the value of the investments they make in Microsoft. She has also been a part of the NASSCOM region chapter in Gurgaon as a co-chair with a focus on making Gurgaon the startup capital. She has participated and moderated several startup panels, fireside chats, and roundtables organized by Microsoft as well as different forums like ET, UBS forums, NASSCOM, etc. Aparna has been engaged with Anita Borg Institute and Grace Hopper Conference for several years as a core team member. She is associated with several other organizations with a focus on women like Beyond Diversity, led by Red Dot Foundation, NASSCOM, and other organizations over the years. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leader Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
So first up, a big thank you, and I'm just overwhelmed with the company of the other women leaders. So really look forward to again actively partnering with REVA University and these amazing leaders to do more. And to make sure that we make a difference in having more and more women thrive in tech careers. I think Mansi already touched on some aspects as a follow-up to our panel discussion. So maybe I'll pick up another point for all the engineers and women who are again on the call, which is that just embrace discomfort. Just make peace with discomfort. I think Pankajam just talked about it in the form of fear walking, but I think it's mostly about getting out of comfort zone. Raise your hand when there is that new role, even if you think you're 50% ready. Try and do a new thing, at least one new thing every year. It can be learning a new technology, it can be learning a new instrument to play, whatever it is, right? So just get into that practice of embracing discomfort, and that will just help taking you a long way in your career. Finally, another point that I think we didn't talk that much about in the panel was networking, and this is again an area which a lot of us hesitate. There's always this conversation on, but I'm an introvert, I find it very hard to be in a in the company of strangers, and how do I just go and network? Networking does not mean just making a LinkedIn connection or exchanging cards in the old world. Networking can be very fruitful, can lead to very good mentoring and career guidance and so on in your journey if you do it well. And so maybe one of the tip I will share with you from my own journey is that find opportunities to network on themes that resonate with you, that you are truly passionate about. And so, as you heard in some of the introduction earlier, that the things that really I was wanting to learn and contribute was around how do we have more women in technology or the startup ecosystem, which is what I was a part of for the longest time. And so, if you lead with some of those natural interests, networking will not seem unnatural, because you will actually want to learn about, let's say, a new technology if that's what you're interested in. But do invest in that, and you will naturally find your mentors, sponsors as you go along the way. So with that, I will pass it back to you, Shinu. Again, thanks once again. Really honored for this, and I will look forward to us doing more together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Aparna. Congratulations from all of us here. Thank you. May I request the Chancellor to announce the next winner?
Gnanapriya Chidambaranathan.
Gnanapriya Chidambaranathan, Associate Vice President, Unit Technology Officer, Infosys Private Limited, has been instrumental in establishing the technology and architecture practice for the ECS unit in Infosys. With 28 plus years of experience in telecom and IT, she contributes to unit strategy and drives technology adoption for business solutions across varied programs globally. She has received the Outstanding Achievement Award under the Disruptor category of Global Women in Telco and Tech Awards of 2020 and Individual Recognition Award in 2018 at Industry TM Forum. Gnanapriya has contributed to NASSCOM Pandemic Solution through the Infosys team and Industry Task Force collaboration. She's been a part of varied industry academia collaborations that helps the student community by offering technology sessions, sharing industry opportunities, mentorship, guidance to women who are taking career breaks, and many more. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contribution and outstanding achievements.
Congratulations, Priya. Please speak.
Thanks, Dr. Shinu. It's a great honor to be recognized as the top 10 women tech leaders in India. Thanks, REVA University, Race Institute, and Terralogic organizers. Congratulations to all the women leaders sharing the stage today with me. Hello, everyone. I would like to share a snippet on building technology as a career path and overcoming challenges and adopt the technology innovations for building disruptive business solutions. So today, if you see, technology is at the center stage for varied business, whether it is big, small, because we are into the digital journey, right? Be it digital, cloud, AI, ML, 5G, edge compute, IoT, and now we are talking about Meta, right? Every industry has different maturity level in adoption, but pandemic has actually fastened that journey, right? Compared to earlier days, today, like all avenues are there, enablement, environments, platforms, guidance, everything is available, and excellent opportunities are also out there. Right? Being relevant is very important, and as everybody mentioned, continuous learning and practice is very key because technology is also evolving, and the depth in the technology and having a breadth of knowledge across technologies is important. But in technology itself, as we move into the leadership role beyond the basic technology, right, there is a need to focus on strategy, vision, how you look at the business models, the financials, the stakeholder management, the partner ecosystem, and continuously like innovate, right? So as many mentioned, the key focus areas that needs to be looked at are like the career planning and roadmap, how you are going to network and create that connects, and you should have a role model, and there should be a mentoring. It can be mentor can be of any categories. It can be even a junior, senior, peer, or it can be within your organization or outside your organization or in the industry. And identifying the right opportunities aligned with passion is very important. For me, if you see, right, like telecom and IT has been like my passion starting from my school days, right? Like, and it actually like helped in shaping my career path, right? And moving out of the comfort zone, as many discussed, is very key. And we have to pick up new areas, being relevant, and also look at how we are going to do the work-life integration, because it's no longer work-life balancing, right? Because we are in the IT world, right? And it automatically gets integrated, but you need to plan and prioritize so that you are able to achieve your dreams. And what is it you can give back to the society as well? So what I also look at is I look at the 4C mantra, right? Like, which actually is followed by me, and I also share with others, is content, confidence, connect, and curiosity, right? Some of the areas are already mentioned by the others, but the key part is content, how you are going deeper and expanding yourself and building confidence, and that is basically like stepping up and speaking out, right? And establishing connects, and what next? So that's the curiosity part that is being looked at. And while you're focusing on all these areas, it also becomes very easy for you to move up the ladder. So these are few points I just wanted to highlight, and thanks REVA and all the other organizers for recognizing us, and it's a great opportunity to speak with all the folks in the event today.
Thank you, and congratulations from all of us again. This has been a great honor actually to have you, and being a veteran in the field as well as the wisdom that you emanate is very, very evident. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. May I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to announce the next winner.
Latha Chembrakalam, Vice President and Head of Technical Center, Continental Technical Center, India. Congratulations.
Latha Chembrakalam, Vice President and Head of Technical Center, Continental Technical Center, India, TCI, leads research and development activities for global and local markets, catering to OEMs across the world. Latha is a result-driven and collaborative leader with 3 decades of global experience across various multinational organizations. Accredited as a leader with entrepreneurial spirit and exceptional relationship building at strategic levels, she has a proven track record of creating strategic footprints for the GCOEs that she works for. She's a champion of diversity of thoughts and uses that to drive culture transformation in organizations. She has received the Women Leader of the Year and the Best Engineering Head in a previous organization. She was honored as a diversity promoter and selected as an esteemed speaker at the Global Women in Engineering IEEE Conference in 2021. Latha stands strong for the women empowerment and technology that goes beyond the scope of her organization by coaching many young leaders out of their interest through EWIT. She has been instrumental in establishing industry academia and research body connects, and in designing and organizing several hackathons. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Congratulations, Latha. Please speak a few words of wisdom to our audience.
Yeah, good evening and a very happy Women's Day to all of you. And very, very happy and privileged to be here in this event. First of all, I would like to thank REVA University and Terralogic for this award. And it's indeed a really great honor for me to receive this along with many remarkable women leaders in the industry. So I have been in this industry for almost 3 decades after the engineering degree, and a major part of my career has been in automotive area, in the technology, business and strategy topics. I also took a learning opportunity in sales and marketing for 3 years, and having taken up international assignments in countries, a developed country like Germany and a developing market like South Africa has really helped to gain different intercultural aspects, different market needs, and the different need of innovation. And one of the messages which I have for my younger colleagues is sometimes, move out of the conventional, traditional career path, experiment something, take that risk, and the amount of learning that you have would be really amazing. The second one, I think most of my peer colleagues told about it, to excel and to stay relevant in the ever-changing space, in the space of technology as well as leadership. We have to do continuous upgrading. Yeah, I did upgrade myself technically. I keep on doing it because otherwise you are completely outdated. I also took a coaching certification that has helped me in my leadership journey, and I'm very, very passionate about coaching younger teams. We should never forget that the competence leads to confidence, and it also changes our perspective in sparking new ideas, which is very much a key for innovation, especially when we are leading the R&D centers. So one more topic is also about installing the growth mindset in self as well as others. It is a leadership responsibility, and my peer leaders already talked about the coaching as well as the mentoring opportunities that we should not miss. So challenging the status quo and striving to be a better avatar of myself at all points of time is my mantra. I always have been trying to get rid of my self-limiting beliefs and using conviction, courage and confidence, and really don't believe in a glass ceiling for women, because that's something which is really talked about now. So I would say that daring to take risks pay a lot. It can be in career, It can be in the ask of value growth topics in our nation for India, to ask more technology topics to be driven completely out of India. It can be in challenging the status quo. It can be in starting new entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship initiatives. And the power of co-creation through collaboration, it can never be underestimated. So that is where the cross-functional collaboration, the close connect between the industry and academia, along with bodies like IEEE, and also being active in bodies like, for example, for me from the automotive side, it is mostly with CII, SA India, NASCOM, etc. These helped quite a lot to get an outside-in perspective, and that is what the industry needs. And I would urge every professional to leverage the power of these networks. REVA University has been doing one fantastic job, and it is the real right step by connecting a lot of us from the industry to each other as well as to the university. And I really look forward to collaborate with you for the new topics which you have in the university. The most important element that a professional has to focus other than technology, business and strategy, I personally believe it is the human angle. Leading with empathy, authenticity, compassion and passion is a very much essential topic these days in holding teams together. So other than the IQ and the emotional intelligence, a very important thing that is helping us in the industry now is AQ, which is adaptability quotient. The last message is that I want to say that the new generation have phenomenal amount of opportunity in terms of career, and the learning opportunity what they have is immense. So I think that is what they need to make use of. So thank you, REVA. I really look forward to co-create through collaboration with you. Thank you again, and thanks for motivating me to do more in the technology and the leadership area. And have a wonderful evening.
Congratulations, Latha. You captured the whole journey, whole snippets in such beautiful words, and very well prepared and very succinct way of putting the challenges that you face and which all of us in the senior positions that face. Thank you so much. Can we have the next winner?
Pankajam Sridevi, congratulations.
Pankajam Sridevi, Managing Director, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, India, has a significant diverse experience from manufacturing to technology and operations. She has led big transformational projects throughout the organization that helped in the productivity improvement. She had won several awards from various organizations such as Exemplary Inclusive Leader by Allegis in 2013, Women CEO of 2020 by GISR Foundation, BPM Achiever Award by Shared Service Forum in 2017, and Helen Keller Award for Role Model CRO in 2016. She worked as the advisor to India Inclusion Forum, which is one of the big organizations that work with people with disabilities and LGBT people. She has also worked extensively for the cause of women and has been on the advisory board of the Anita Borg Group in India that works for building women technologists in India. She has been instrumental in building a diverse organization that gave importance in hiring women staff. As a leader, she intends to replicate the community that we live inside the organization also. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
So I want to say that to REVA University and Terralogic, thank you for instituting this award. I accept it very humbly, and I can see that there are 9 prominent women along with me, and I really appreciate the way you have hunted us all down and given the awards. I hope this will inspire many young engineers who are coming by, and that's the purpose of giving these awards, definitely. I want to tell all the young engineers, if you are looking for a job, please come to Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I'll never tell you to resign from other organizations, but if you're looking for a job, our doors are open. And I also want to tell all the female engineers that please dream big and grab the opportunities that come by to really help you to meet your dreams and never let go. We are good enough. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Dr. Ramesh is also online, who is also taking care of our placements. And ma'am, you are going to get a lot of calls from us. And thank you so much. You have been a great inspiration to many, many women leaders. And we look forward to hosting you in the campus also one day.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Chancellor sir, please announce the next winner.
Preeti Bhisikar.
Preeti Bhisikar, Route to Market Leader, APAC and MEA, IBM India Private Limited, is a cybersecurity evangelist, Indian Army veteran, mentor, and board member with 19 years of experience in her current role as Route to Market Leader. She works in multiple industry bodies worldwide, such as the Data Security Council of India, Cloud Security Alliance, etc. She is also a board member of the non-profit Women in Cybersecurity India affiliate. She became the IBM D&I ambassador and was recognized as the IBM Face of India. She has won IBM's prestigious Outstanding Technical Achievement Award 2021 and is also listed as a top 3 Weequity Tech Bacon Industry Award. Preeti was instrumental in generating grants of $3,000 through all volunteering initiatives executed in 2021, which was utilized to extend support for 17 diverse charity organizations across India and funded for the empowerment of women and girls in India. Preeti is the IBM India Women in Security Excelling Vice Country Leader to bridge the gender gap in the cybersecurity space. During the pandemic, she worked on spreading the awareness of secure practices through her campaigns. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Preeti, over to you. A few words.
Am I audible?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So first of all, a very good evening to everybody, and thank you, REVA and Terralogic, for this wonderful platform. It's an absolute honor to get this opportunity to share the stage on this very special day, International Women's Day, with all the top 10 eminent women leaders out here. So with this award, I really feel extremely grateful. First of all, to the very crucial part of my life, my family, my husband, my daughter, my parents, my elders, my mentors, my sponsors, and especially REVA and Terralogic for providing this platform to shine. I see this as a new beginning of a new network, knowing this league of eminent leaders and building new collaborations and setting up new goals. So one of the key messages that I would like to share with everybody here is, I so much resonated with all the inspiring stories we heard today in today's panel discussion, right? So especially about leadership. So my view about leadership is it is the capacity how we translate a vision into a reality. And we are normal, ordinary people. What makes us special is how we that we believe in doing extraordinary stuff. So if you see, I'm so much inspired by the stories. We have so many eminent women leaders who are not defined by any of the boundaries. They are borderless, not defined by the education they took, not defined by the role, and they have rise to the pinnacle. So this is an important takeaway I feel everybody can look into, that we need to think beyond these borders, think beyond these boundaries. So you may do some education, you may do some qualification, but you never know where you can reach. So I see a lot of eminent women leaders who have reached the pinnacle as heading cybersecurity. We heard the story of Aparna, who comes from biotechnology and how she has excelled in software. So I think that is the most important thing. And how Sridevi ma'am, she mentioned about being courageous. So I think these ladies have demonstrated how you can be courageous, because it's not the absence of fear, but within the fear, your actions, how do you do, and about the ambiguous world you strive and you go beyond. So one of the key things I would like to share is, first of all, do your bit. Do understand what is your purpose, because the story that all of us, 10 of us that have it may not be, then there may not be a secret sauce, because everybody has their own perspectives. So you need to realize your own purpose, define your purpose, identify what gives you the kick in anything that you do, what brings the passion into that, so that you can excel in whatever you take up. Keep reinventing, keep upskilling, because if I go back in the past and the history, the qualification that I did, and in the technology world that we belong today, we did not hear a lot of things. We were not aware about AI, quantum. There is so much emerging technologies coming, blockchain. Now I see there are a lot of areas like operational technology, IoT, Industry 4.0. So there are so many things which were not there in the past when we did our education, and these are all every 2 years we see the trends are changing in the market. So keep upskilling, keep having that thirst or curiosity to learn new things, be open. Another thing I feel is we as leaders, for every achievement, we need to do our bit. So this is a very favorite line of mine. With great power comes the great responsibility. So it is important with every achievement, how do we look to uplift? So we saw last year we had 10 women leaders that REVA gave this platform. This year also we have 10. So how do we uplift the other community members, our young women there? How do we help them? How do we bring that impact? Because every challenge that we see, whether it is gender disparity, whether it is a skill gap, that is an opportunity. So how do we translate this opportunity into our success? And that's all about it. So if we have able to make it, I think everybody can think through, identify their purpose, and they can also look to build their own story and their path. So at last, I would like to also thank, there has been a lot of preparation that has gone at the background, and most of them are not visible. So I have been working with a lot of people. So we had Kinjal, we have Belavendra. So everybody, I mean, there is a huge team at the background who is working here to make this event such a wonderful event. So I would like to thank all their efforts. And once again, thank you, REVA and Terralogic, for providing this wonderful platform and putting that spotlight on us and making us shine. And I'm sure with whatever we have achieved, we will give back to the community and bring more and more women leaders and help them and uplift them and help them to grow in our industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Preeti, and thank you for the kind words and congratulations. Our team also says hi to all of us. In fact, we are all in the same room doing this event. So, but very, very passionate way of actually talking about what you have achieved so far, and keep inspiring. We are with you. All the best. Thank you. Okay, I would request Dr. M. Dhananjaya actually for a change. Sorry.
Rachna Srivastava from National Informatics Center. Congratulations, madam.
Rachna Srivastava, Scientist G, Deputy Director General, National Informatics Center, spearheads the digital transformation initiatives through conceptualizing, managing, and implementing several large national e-governance projects including e-office suite, CP-grams, and municipal corporation suite. As a member of the prestigious technology advisory group in NIC, she had advised project teams on good practices and guidelines for project development to several digital initiatives and large e-governance projects. She had worked closely with central and state government ministries and departments during the digital transformation journey and has been a catalyst in leading and improving the key projects of NIC and in delivering e-governance services. She had won several awards conferred for e-office such as Digital India Award 2020 by Honorable President of India, Award of Recognition in 18th CSI-SIG E-Governance Awards 2020, Digital India Gold Icon Award 2020 by the Honorable President of India, CSI Award of Recognition in the 18th CSI-SIG E-Governance Awards 2020, Gems of Digital India Award 2020 for Excellence in E-Governance, and many more. She has been a part of systems like e-office, CP-grams, RT-PCR, RATI mobile applications, MCD application suite that offer a huge social impact and transformation in the functioning of the governments. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leader Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Good evening and a very happy Women's Day. At the outset, I would like to congratulate REVA University and Terralogic for this wonderful initiative. Congratulations for organizing this webinar, and we know that how difficult it is to put up a technology for such kind of events. On the personal front, I feel truly humbled and honored to receive this prestigious award and sharing the dais with brilliant women. And it's just not my individual efforts. It won't have been possible without parents, family, teachers, fellow colleagues, team members. And I want to thank all of them from bottom of my heart for giving me strength in different ways and resilience so as to overcome challenges and perform better at each stage. Many of the women leaders have shared almost everything which I thought I would like to say. So I still have to repeat, but I feel it's important to be passionate about what you are doing. It will be really great if your passion and your work are aligned. But it doesn't happen 100% times, and in order to complete a job, one has to do sometimes non-interesting mundane activities also. So just do not give up on these details, because focused efforts and commitment will only help you complete the task, including of even mundane activities. So sometimes we tend to not do those activities, but they are I think they are very important. Second is that everybody spoke about the collaboration and knowledge sharing. Yes, it's very important. We all know the children in these COVID times, when they attend the online classes, and what is the difference when they go to school? Because they tend to play around with others, learn together, collaborate, and that is what is extremely important. It's important to share what you have done and to learn from others, so that the time and effort spent once are not repeatedly spent in the organization, in the community, in the country. And most importantly, whatever work we are doing, is it making difference in the society? So some of the projects which I'm involved with actually have done a lot of social, they have a lot of social impact. E-office, for an example, has actually changed the way government work. I am sure you know that how important the government files are. How truly empowered a government officer feels when he is working on a file or maybe holding it. So going ahead with this project was extremely challenging for me, and the project started way back in 2010. But when today it runs in the highest offices like President Office, Prime Minister Office, around 30 state government secretariats where CMs and the CS, all of them are noting on the files and the decision taken. The government decision-making machinery has been strengthened. It was extremely challenging. So when this project was given to me, I actually did not know how to make a headway by asking people to just abandon physical files. But my DG at that time mentioned we have to start, and luckily there was a push from government, so it all has fallen. But I really felt very low when I visited some of the offices, in spite of the e-office, they were still working on the e-files. But today, it has moved on to something like 800 government organizations and an extremely challenging project. So not giving up is very important. As a woman, we have to do jugglery of multiple hats concurrently and striking the balance in all the roles we play with an ambition to make a mark in the professional world. It has its own set of excitements and challenges. While much progress has been made, but there is a long way to achieve the gender parity in the technology sector. Many of the panelists have mentioned about it. So it's not that difficult to get women at workplace, but it is of concern for retaining them. So on a closing note, I want to say, don't quit. Even if you feel that it is all over, it is not. With the ever-changing IT landscape, stay abreast of technological advancements and keep that childlike quality of always ready to learn, observe, alive in you with passion, commitment and focus. Stay in the game till the last ball is just a game. It is just one game. So whether you win or lose, it is an experience and learning and will always stay with you. Once again, thank you very much. I am honored. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The work NIC is doing is incredible, changing the way that the public good is being now looked at. And we also remember Dr. Neeta Verma, who is our first recipient. And honored to have you here, Ms. Rachna.
Thank you.
May I now request our Chancellor to announce the next winner?
This is Rajalakshmi Srinivasan. Congratulations.
Rajalakshmi Srinivasan, Director of Product Management, Zoho Corporation Private Limited, currently leads the Application Performance Monitoring section in Site 24/7, a cloud-based all-in-one monitoring product from Zoho Corporation. With a career spanning around 2 decades, she has gained extensive experience ranging from database scaling and network monitoring to application performance tracking and end-user experience management. She has received the Indian Achievers Award, Women of Excellence, issued by the Indian Achievers Forum in April 2021, and Tamil Nadu's Women Leaders Award, issued by CMO Asia in December 2020. She is also a public speaker and provides guidance in technology, women empowerment, youth motivation, parenting, and career. She has delivered more than 100 talks in more than 12 countries in the past 2 years. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Over to you, Rajalakshmi. Please speak a few words.
Thank you. Thank you so much, REVA University and Terralogic. I'm humbled and I'm happy to be part of this evening along with other eminent, beautiful women who have been getting this honor. Congratulations to all of you. So I think we have talked enough in the panel, and I accept and I resonate with all the other fellow women who have shared their wisdom. So one thing that I want to reiterate or talk again is have the self-confidence in you. That is what will get you where you want to go. And self-confidence comes with the depth of knowledge, particularly in the IT field. The amount of knowledge that you have, that will speak for your confidence, and your work should speak for you. It's not that you are superficially doing something and you want to see where you want to go. You focus, your focus, your dedication, your hard work will be there, and your work will speak. There are measures, metrics. Talk with that. Nobody can deny what is required. So accepting challenges, as we discussed in the panel, I'll convert it into accepting or looking for opportunities. There is ample opportunities. There are ample opportunities. It's up to us to grab it. That's not that nobody has to give it to you. You go, be vocal about what you want. It's not that somebody will come find you and then give it to you. Whatever you want, you have to talk, be open about it, and be open to, we have been talking about learning a lot. when we talk about learning, the one other important thing that we have to keep in mind is we have to be open about learning or getting help from our next generation as well, from our subordinates too. Today, the subordinates or the people who are joining the organization are definitely smarter. The next generation kids are smarter than us. Without any ego, if we are open and to accept that, yes, I don't know, let me learn along with you. That mindset is what will take you in the long run to exceed or succeed in whatever, excel in whatever you have to do. So if you are able to keep up with all these things, you will be definitely able to be excelling at both work as well as balancing your career and your personal life. And the balance, a lot of time people think it is only the work and the family life, but I would say self-care, personal time, me time is important. So your time has to be a balance of three: your time for your work, your time for your family, your time for yourself. So balance of these three should be there equally so that you will be able to balance all these three and succeed in all these three aspects to enjoy your day-to-day work. That is something, if you are able to do these and you do your work in an enjoyable way, and we even talked about it's not just the work-life balance, it's more like work-life integration. In this remote work, there is no segregation. It's more like you work all the time. So try to segment your time appropriately and enjoy your day-to-day work. When I joined my organization, one of the initial wisdom that my manager gave was, you are going to spend 80% of your awakened time at office. It should be the case with any work that we do. So see to that you enjoy your work. If you are able to do that, you will be able to see success. And all the best for all of us. And I would like to dedicate, we are not the only people who have been successful. There are so many more women there who haven't come forward but they are doing so beautiful works. I know personally many women, my friends, my colleagues, so I would like to dedicate this award to all those lovely women who do a lot of work behind the scene. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Rajalakshmi. That was from a young age, the way that you are able to balance, as we heard, your story is amazing and inspiring. Thank you so much.
The protocol. Congratulations.
Usha Rengaraju, Chief Research Officer, EXA Protocol, has a strong background in psychology and neuroscience and has completed several specializations from top universities across the world. She specialized in deep learning, probabilistic graphical models, and advanced machine learning. She has organized Neuro AI, which is India's first ever research symposium in the interface of neuroscience and data science. She has also organized the Neurodiversity India Summit, which is India's first ever conference in neurodiversity. She is serving as the editorial board member for international journals dealing with the advanced study and research work, and as an advisory board member for research labs in educational institutions like Center for AI Research and Education and multiple startups. Usha has been recognized as the world's first woman triple Kaggle Grandmaster. She has been ranked as a top 10 data scientist in India for the year 2020 by Analytics India magazine, top 10 women data scientists by Analytics Insight magazine for 2021, and top 150 AI leaders and influencers by 3AI magazine. She is an advocate for autism and has been involved in creating awareness on neurodiversity for the last 4 years. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leader Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
I would like to start by thanking REVA University, Terralogic, the organizers of this award, and the esteemed jury members, and also the other recipients of this award. And thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And with regards to gender diversity and women empowerment, the other recipients have already covered a lot. So I will cover something which the others have not covered. Which is neurodiversity. I'm an advocate for autism and which comes under neurodiversity. So there's a lack of awareness of autism and neurodiversity in general in India.
So I'll highlight a few incidents, small stories. I'll keep it short, but I'll highlight the most important stories here. So there are a lot of organizations, including a lot of recipients of these awards, are from organizations which are strong supporters of autism and neurodiversity. They all have autism hiring programs. For example, Microsoft is very famous for their autism hiring programs. One of the biggest front runners for autism awareness is SAP. I think there's also a recipient from SAP, and JPMorgan has got a huge autism hiring programs as well. So there are a lot of organizations which have autism hiring program, but they're not. And recently I was invited by an organization to talk on neurodiversity. It is one of the big 4 companies, and they were unable to find autistic people coming forward. And so even if there are a lot of hiring programs, since there's a lack of awareness, and in India autism is considered to be a taboo, and so there are not many people who will come forward and say they're autistic. And so there's general lack of awareness in India. As I am a data scientist, in my role as a data scientist, I use a lot of data science, and I'm working on building products which will make autistic lives better. And I also organize research symposiums and conferences to create an awareness. I invite all the neurodiversity leaders across these organizations to speak on this topic, so that this topic becomes a less of a taboo over the coming years. But it's been a very, very difficult task for me over this period of time because of India is basically a very conservative society, so there's a lot of hurdles in achieving this. And so some of the things which I would like to highlight is when you are involved in diversity and inclusion initiative, one thing which I would request all the women leaders out there is ensure you also take neurodiversity into consideration. So diversity doesn't just include gender diversity alone, it also includes neurodiversity. In fact, neurodiversity is a very, very fundamental dimensions of diversity. So you will find an autistic people who's black, an autistic people who's also LGBT, who is also a transgender. So autism and neurodiversity is beyond other dimensions of diversity. So also include in your initiative, BE9 initiatives, also try to include neurodiversity as a part of this. And there should be a lot more leaders who are advocating on this topic. And there's also one more thing. When people hear autism, the first thing which comes to their mind is somebody who's disabled, who cannot speak, who cannot walk, who cannot talk. This is the first thought process which comes to everyone's mind, but which is wrong. There are a lot of successful autistic people out there who are rocking the world. In fact, Elon Musk is one of the autistic person who's on the higher end of the spectrum. He has openly said in a television show that he's an autistic person. So autism is a spectrum. So there are people on the lower end of the spectrum who are completely dependent on completely dependent for support. There are people on the middle end of the spectrum where they're semi-independent, and there are people on the higher end of the spectrum who are highly intellectual, and like Elon Musk, Temple Grandin, even Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all these people are people on the higher end of the autistic spectrum. So autistic people are highly intellectual, just that they are neurologically different. So they are capable of achieving a lot of things, provided the organization gives them the opportunity and builds a system which can accommodate them. So in this award function, I would like to throw awareness on neurodiversity, because there are a lot of successful women leaders out there as recipients who are decision makers in their organizations. And so I take this opportunity to create an awareness on this topic, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak, and thank you so much for the award. Thank you.
What a passionate advocacy on autism. I think we are truly honored and inspired, and maybe it's a great awareness section even for us, that what you just spoke. And we do hope that this particular passion which resonates with all of us, and you would achieve great strides in this area. Thank you so much. And I know we are also excited that you are a Kaggle Grandmaster, which is an excellent achievement. So thank you so much, Usha. It has been wonderful to have you, and may your tribe grow. Thank you so much.
One more thing which I would like to highlight is there was a Women in Data Science hackathon from Stanford University, which happened for the last 2 months. It's one of the very prestigious datathon which happens from 2018. And so my team won the first place. At the global level, my team won the first place. I'm the first ever Indian to win first place in the datathon, and the results, they announced it from their official handles yesterday midnight, so it's officially today 8 they announced it. So I would also like to highlight that, and it's for a social cause. It was AI for climate change. And since you mentioned Grandmaster, I thought I'll also share this. Thank you so much.
So multi-talented and so passionate. We must bring you back to the campus here. Looking forward. Thank you. So may I request now Dr. Chembrakalam to announce the last but not the least, just because her alphabetical order, it's starting with V, that's why she is the last, but please announce.
Vidya Hungud, congratulations.
Vidya Hungud, Executive Director, JPMorgan Chase, is not only a woman in tech, but also an author, keynote speaker, and a mentor with 19 years of experience in entailing SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Vidya is currently heading the engineering team of AI acceleration in India with the mission of scaling financial services using AI-driven trust. She has helped the Reliance Jio team in the cloud journey, worked on TurboTax's first e-file launch from San Diego, led QuickBooks Online, built and led the Android team, and was involved in increasing the Play Store rating. She has bagged the Best in India award in edge computing innovation. Vidya wears multiple hats such as co-author of the Digital Twin, Empowering Edge Devices, and participates as a keynote speaker and panelist in many tech conferences. She has coached a few startups at IIMB and SRCEL. She is also involved in NGO activities and teaches Sanskrit, one of the oldest languages to kids and adults in a non-profit organization whenever her time permits. We hereby present to you the Top 10 Women Tech Leaders Awards 2022 for your remarkable contributions and outstanding achievements.
Vidya, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Shinu and REVA team there, and also the Terralogic who has put this event together. Though it's virtual, I think listening to all the panelists and also the key winners of this award makes me feel as if the time did not go, it went really fast, right? So it definitely has gone very fast by. I'll take a couple of minutes only, will not go further than that. Totally agree with all the informations and advocates over here who shared their journey and their story. A couple of things that I would like to tag along specifically on the learning and passion aspect. One thing I would really emphasize on is also the teaching aspect that comes along with learning, right? So there's always one thing that has worked for me is the learn, teach, learn. I call it as LTL. The moment you start teaching whatever the minor things or minute things that you have learned, there will be a lot of questions posed by the junior engineers or by interns or SAP programmers who have joined your organization. The reverse learning happens instantaneously, so it has a huge benefit. I call it as LTL. Again, it's learn, teach, learn. That's one thing I want to add to the learning and passion. Second one is being really self-aware, right? So many people, really they strive to become perfect in what they do. So they try to cover up all their weaknesses by bringing the weakness dimension to a strength dimension. I wouldn't advocate that. I know I might be going against few other people who are for it. The reason why I say that is when you are in a boat and there is a small hole, you don't want to remove all the planks of that wooden boat and try to fix the whole thing. Rather, I would do a stopgap, cover up the weakness, go way overboard to play out with your strengths. Go full out with all your strengths, which will not even have a small gap for your weakness to show up. So that has played really well. So those are the two things I would like to add on to rest of the things that other folks have added. Thank you very much and have a wonderful Women's Day. And I wish every day is a Women's Day for us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Vidya. I think some of these nuggets of wisdom that especially learn, teach, learn. I think that's where the leaders come and make a difference. And we wish you amazing more growth stories in the coming years. Thank you so much, Vidya. So I would request Dr. M. Dhananjaya, any last words of wisdom?
I have only self-interest, that is our wisdom. I would like to invite all the awardees to the campus and address our students and faculty so that the rich experience they have can be also transferred to our young generation in the university.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, both Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor, for giving away the awards. And as a next step of process, that we would connect with all the winners and ensure that your plaque and everything else reaches you safely. But as Dr. M. Dhananjaya mentioned, that we request all of you to visit. We are still on an online mode, thinking that all of you come from different parts of India, but we would request you to visit our beautiful campus and enlighten our students and faculty on the amazing journey that you have been through. So thank you so much. May I now request Preeti from Terralogic to speak a few words and especially to give away the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. What a fantastic evening this has been to actually virtually interact and hear such amazing, inspiring women leaders. So on behalf of REVA University and Terralogic, I want to thank everyone for taking the time out and being part of this celebration. So, and thank you for all the inspiring winners today. Gnanapriya ma'am, Rajalakshmi ma'am, Mansi, Latha ma'am, Sridevi ma'am, Vidya, Preeti, Rachna ma'am, Usha ma'am, and Aparna ma'am. Thank you so much for all your inspirational talks. A special takeaway for me personally from this entire session was, always, to show your passion not on paper, but in your actions, in your work, in your everyday life. And to always fear walk. That was a really different approach, because that would help us as women shine brighter. So thank you so much for such an amazing evening, and for all the listeners in our audience. Thank you for being a part of this event, patiently listening to us. I know it is a virtual event, but I think it was so insightful and so meaningful for all of us to listen and be energized by the amount of energy each one of you brought to the table today. Yes, thank you everybody for this wonderful evening, and once again to everybody out there, a very happy International Women's Day.
Thank you. Though we have overshot a few minutes now from our time that which we have put, we have come to the end of this amazing evening.
Yes.
We would request you to look at these numbers there and also connect with us, raise.reva.edu.in, and check on what we do. And as a kind of a warming out note, that I hope you see yourself on these amazing women leaders' life and the journey. And we hope that one day you would be the winner for these awards. We wish every one of you, participants, attendees, our women leaders, as well as REVA University's entire team, we wish each of us an excellent careers and a great inspiring journey moving forward. Thank you so much and have a good night. Thank you.